Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you're well, and if you have some time today, I would love if you journal with me. I'm going to work on some book page art, and I am starting a new journal. And I think today I've had that moment where I've prepped the journal, I've made an altered book junk journal, and if you care to see that, it's in the previous video, but I'll link it below. And I've also made a list of book page art ideas to just help me when I'm thinking of what do I want to do in this journal. And the first thing is that I'm going to jump in with some writing. I always write in my junk journals, and so I looked at the page today as I started these journal spreads, and honestly I had that moment, and maybe you've had that too, where all of a sudden all these pages in front of me added up and I was like, I don't know even where to start. I had of course sketched a little. I do have this key design that I'm playing with, and I'm going to get into this with some modeling paste right now and a palette knife. But I just wanted to share that feeling that sometimes when you start a brand new journal, it might feel a little, I don't know, daunting, or you're not sure where to start, even though you've been journaling for a while. Or if you're brand new, know that it happens. And so today, after some writing and some sketching, I feel that I am easing my way into this journal session. All right. So with this little bit of modeling paste, I've had this Liquitex modeling paste for a while in my stash. I'm mixing it with a little gray acrylic craft paint. And that way I wanted to sort of have these gray tones on the page, and I'm going really gently. You may have seen a moment earlier, I had a bit of a time with the painter's tape. It actually pulled up some of the book page. So I'm gonna go gentle when I peel that off. I think in the future, I'm gonna use washi tape. I didn't realize that painter's tape, yeah, see the top there? Actually took off a bit of the page. So next time tip, washi tape for that. But anyways, yeah, securing that down with a little bit of tape and going over it with a thin layer of modeling paste mixed with acrylic paint. I think that's cute, and that's something I haven't done in a long time. And that's part of the journaling goals for me, is to go back to things I haven't done in a while or explore new things. So I hope you are enjoying your journaling or crafting, whatever you're doing. And today is a wintry day in New England. We had some snow this morning, and I decided to go the opposite and think spring. These are some little flowers from a bouquet that I have in my kitchen right now. I had a few friends over the other day, and we had this nice bouquet out while we caught up, and I wanted to add this to the journal page on the left-hand side. These are really small flowers, and I thought about, what did I have that was purple in my stash besides watercolors? I didn't really want to use watercolors as yet on the book pages, just because I think it would be a bit, I don't know, a bit more temperamental. I'm not sure. And so I remembered I had these Pitt markers. They come in a set, and I think the purple, yep, and green here, and yellow were all the colors I needed. There they are, Faber-Castell Pitt brush pens. So I pulled those out for today's session, and I'm just loosely doing a stem of these really pretty tiny flowers. And because the purple it's almost a blue purple, I love that color, I thought I would go in a little bit with the micron to add more details and darken it up. And on this page, it's not quite the introduction page to the journal. I did save a few pages in the beginning when I was doing making the altered book and putting the variety of different style pages in, music pages and so forth, scrapbook paper. So it's not really the exact front page, but it is, of course, in the beginning of the first, 7 or 8 pages of the journal. So I decided to leave that area for maybe a little bit more writing and journaling, or putting in maybe that book page art, or doing more botanicals. Clearly, I'm in a brainstorm session right now. And I'm trying to follow my own advice, actually, which is simply plunge in. Some days you're really not sure of your journal plan, but I'm in favor of doing rather than thinking or overthinking. I knew I wanted to have some botanicals in this spread and some writing space. So that's how I'm going to set up the left-hand side. I can always go back to that. And on the right-hand side, I also was inspired to do these key designs. And I have a gray micron, checking to make sure that that model paste is dry, because I will run my hand through that. It's pretty dry. I think I'm not gonna ruin anything if my hand touches that. And anyway, I'm making this key shape sort of with a heart motif in mind. Yeah, and I made a little bit of a sketch around them to keep them the same shape. So in other words, I just outlined them a bit ahead of time so that I could keep the key somewhat symmetrical. But again, it's still going to be a loose enough design, and I'm really using the micron to get a solid shape, and after that I'm going to keep it on the gray tones and continue to use a pencil. All right. That is the plan for now. The plan we all do as journalers sometimes is plan as you go. And feel it out and don't overthink it. And the nice thing is that other than that micron, I'm going in with a lot of pencil and loose sketches, so I can slowly shape this design into the key. I don't know, I just thought, again, Valentine's Day is this week, and I thought that would be a fun thing. I also noted earlier that if you turn your page in all directions, it really can help you to draw and also see, yeah, here we go. And also see if you are trying to do something that is about the same size, shape, or has some symmetry to it, that if you turn your page in all different directions, you get a better perspective on it. And now I'm putting a little scallop design in the inside of those hearts, and I've outlined them a bit. And the rest of it's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be shading in the whole key shape and making sure the heart shapes are about the same size. So happy Valentine's Day almost to you. And I just thought this would be something rather than doing the typical hearts that would be fun to do on this page. Also, the background for this page I did ahead of time. I had a pretty scrap of paper that I just loved with a botanical on it, and I used distressed oxide, put that on the page a little bit, and some Memento green ink. Just dab that on. I'm going in a little bit here with some shading, taking my time, using my finger to add a little bit of shading here and there to add some dimension for the key. And I do realize in terms of the design they're pretty straightforward on the page, but I figure I'll go in with some more writing and journaling and mark making at the end and just see what happens. All right, going over that scallop shape on the inside. And I think that will be the design for today. And I will journal a little more later. But I'm feeling pretty good that I got the first pages started. And sometimes I think that's all we have to do is start. Here's a close-up and a little more journaling I added to the pages. Thank you to all subscribers. I really appreciate you stopping by my channel. Thank you so much for watching.